Hello there fellow Inspiring Camera Shackers, my name is rickkmurray and welcome back to another episode of my trip in Japan. Today I'm going to be heading out to a park near Ueno, and I'm also going to be catching up with a friend that I met on the way to my hotel on my first night, and we are going to be meeting her out at Okachimachi Station. I hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly. So let's jump on a train and make our way there. Now, unfortunately for me, I did show up a little bit too early, but that's okay. There was a little marketplace right next to the station, so I decided to go for a little bit of an exploration and check it out. So the markets weren't open just yet, so I just sort of walked around this empty walkway, but it wasn't long until Grace showed up, so then we made our way to the park. So we went for a stroll around the park. There was a zoo, but I'm not a fan of zoos. But we did come across a little temple, and we sort of ventured on inside. Sadly, minutes before I boarded my flight to Japan, I received the news that my nana had passed away. And though I wanted to be there, I was told to continue my trip and enjoy myself to honor her by my family members. And at this point, I didn't have the chance to grieve, so I took this moment to remember her. It wouldn't be until later that night is when it would hit me. Right now, I speak for all of my family members and say, we love you, Nana, and we'll miss you very much. So at this point we were getting quite hungry and decided to try and find a place to get ourselves a bite to eat. And we sort of looked in the park, but there wasn't anything that sparked our interest, but outside the park we came across this nice little restaurant and we got ourselves some food. Grace, on the other hand, this was her first time having an actual Japanese meal since she has been having McDonald's ever since she arrived. Once we were finished at the restaurant, we decided to make our way to the Tokyo Skytree. So we jumped on a train and made our way over there. So at this point we had brought our tickets and we had made our way into a small group that would be catching an elevator straight to the top. Well, almost. And the one thing that I found really interesting about this, and it sounds very cliche, but it kind of had this magical feel to it, especially with the music and whatnot that was playing on the screen above us. But the one thing I was not expecting was the absolutely spectacular views that were waiting for us at the top. Now the views up here were beyond spectacular, but I was very curious to see what it would look like at night, so I definitely have plans to be returning here again, but at night. Once we were finished here, we ventured our way back down and got ourselves some dessert, and then we went our separate ways. I decided to go for a bit of a walk from where we were because I thought there was still some of the day left. But if there was one thing that I was a little bit annoyed about was that I had no knowledge on how to speak Japanese. So I would spend the remainder of the day trying to touch up on my Japanese speaking skills. So after spending a couple of hours of just touching up on some basic Japanese communication skills, I decided to go out for a bit of an adventure at night to sort of check out the nearby streets, as well as to get myself some basic snacks for dinner. So one of the things I went out and brought was this really cheap hot dog thing from 7-Eleven, and it looked a little bit questionable, but I wanted to give it a shot anyway. And the one thing that surprised me was that it tasted really nice. So much so that I would end up buying quite a few of these throughout my trip as a portable lunch. Another thing I brought was this kind of glazed bun thing. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I thought I'd give it a try anyway. And it was nice, but I wasn't in the sweet tasting mood, and I wasn't a fan of this one. Anyway guys, that is it for me today. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and leave a comment down below, and I shall hopefully see you guys tomorrow. See you then.